Hey there, welcome back to Mantic Stringworks. So today on the workbench we have this Telecaster. So this is my project Telecaster. I've had quite a few years. It's a 2008. It's made in China. It's got some really good weight to it. And you'll see that this is not stock. I put on a Bigsby style vibrato in a previous video about 2 years ago. Changed the bridge, modified the bridge. This is a Wilkinson bridge with compensated brass saddles. Arcade style momentary switch. That was fun. And up here at the headstock, I actually put on a set of Fender tuners that I took off a Stratocaster that I own and was replacing with some Fender locking tuners. So today we're going to be changing these out for some new tuning machines. These machine heads came to me from Guyker, Guyker.com. These are Dopamine tuning machines. They're really nice. They've got tons of features and options, and we'll have a look at their website in a minute to go over some of the specs, but they should be a direct fit for these tuners. And hopefully it goes. Okay, well, let's have a closer look at these tuners that Guyker provided. They reached out to me and asked me if I had anything I was interested in from their website, and I did say, well, I've got a couple of little project guitars and things. I could start off with changing out some locking tuners. I'm getting a little tired of the Fender ones, you know. Everyone puts them on there, and it's always nice to find something a little different. Okay, this is very difficult to get out of the box for some reason. There we go. It's just me. So it's always fun to find something a little different. So I asked them to send me a set of chrome locking tuners in their new Dopamine Series, and I think you just saw the specs there online. And I wanted these perloid tuning keys too. I thought those look really good. Something a little different, right? So let's have a closer look. Yeah, very nice. Have a decent weight to them. Here's the locking mechanism. It says Guyker Professional Tuning Machines. Nice little perloid tuning key on top. And we have the two little studs there. Nibs, nubs, studs, whatever you want to call them. And I'm hoping that they're just a straight retrofit into there. Alright, so let's get one of these tuners off and verify that these fit with no hassle. So I'm just going to remove the 6th string, the E string. I might be able to reuse these strings too. We'll see. I put them on a little while ago, and this guitar hasn't been used too much. People come over, they're always interested in trying it out because it's got the vibrato on it and the momentary switch too, which is cool. So we're just going to take this. I won't cut these off because I might be able to reuse them. They're pretty new. Alright, that's out. I'm going to use a StewMac 10mm thin wrench. That's always tightening. I'm used to tightening these things, not loosening them. We'll get that off. And these are Fender tuners, so I'm not going to get rid of these. I'm going to keep them. I'll put them on another Fender guitar. There we go. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, and 3 holes. Now, why do we have 3 holes? Well, it's because this guitar was a Squire made in China, and it had tuners that only had a single little nub there. So anyways, I was able to put 2 holes in, so we could put the Fender ones. And now let's see if they match up with the Guyker Dopamine ones. I hope so. Cross your fingers. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Well, that's a good sign. So, you know what? And I apologize, I'm still getting over pneumonia, so it's taking a little while. I might cough now and then. I'm going to flip that over. Oh, that looks good already with the perlite. I like that. Get the washer on there. And we'll get that nut. Tighten it up. Now I'm just going to hand tighten this for the moment. And then we'll line them up once they're all on. Still have to line them up even though they have those locating holes. Make sure they're good. Okay, let me do the next 5 and then we'll have a look. Strings are off, so I'm going to loosen up in the wrong way. I'm going to loosen up the nuts. And wrench is good for tightening and loosening. Not as efficient when you want to get them off. I find just taking a socket here, just using it by hand, works well. And sometimes you need that hole because the posts are too high and you won't be able to use it with the actual ratchet. So let's use it by hand. Works well. So I'll just do these and I'll put the new ones in. Here, let's see if one falls out. Oh, it didn't fall out. Look at that. They're good. Alright. Okay, let me get these off. Of course, these are an easy retrofit, as we just saw. These just slide right in. The 2 little stumps. They fit right into the hole. But one thing you want to look at, so if you look at the washer is not just flat on both sides. One side has, and I'm sure it'll be hard to see on the camera, has a bit of a slope on it, like a ridge. So you want that up, and you want the flat side down. So you put this in, locate it. Those 2 studs in there. And then we'll just tighten. Again, I don't want to tighten these up too much because we want to be able to adjust them. So I'll just give them a little turn by hand. We'll do the rest. Okay, here's the last one. Again, just finger tightening them. Nice. I like to turn all of the tuning keys so that they're parallel, running in line with the headstock. It's easier to line them up after. Okay, let's flip this over. There she goes. All right. So I'm going to take this piece of wood, which I know has a straight edge, and just sort of move it along till all the tuning keys are lined up. It's good. And then I can tighten. This is where I'm going to use the ratchet. Sure, tightening. So I'm going to line it up. And you still want to hold on to these, so I'm going to do the 1st and the 6th string, and then that will help line up everything else. So let's get under here. I'm going to wrap my head around a bit, which way I have to turn this now. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's good. I'll snug these up with the wrench in a minute. That's good. Okay, getting close. Decided to put a couple of clamps on, just really to show you what I'm talking about here. So what to do is you push them so they're all touching. And then, whoop, silly me. I'm going to get in here, just clamp this side. Okay, that's good. Now, you probably can't flip it over like that because the clamps will hit the table, so I'll lift that up. Turn that on. There we go. Still a little bit too high, so I'll get another piece here. There we go. Now we can tighten these down. It's a little easier. Keep your eye on it. Make sure that when you're tightening it doesn't want to slide around a bit. Those locating holes do a good job, but there's a bit of wiggle room there. Okay, one more. Alright. Take the clamp off, and both sides. Take our stick out. Gonna remove some of those. Now you tell me what you think. I think those look really sharp. I'm a big fan of that furloid. Look at that. It's super nice. And the back side. Yeah. Looks clean, look good. Easy install. Let's string this sucker up. I'll make sure to put these Fender tuners away in a bag for another build another time. Well, let's have a look here what these look like. The front of the headstock. Very, very nice. Love that perloid. Looks really good. Feels good too, nice and soft. Well, here's a shot of the back, and you can see the little screws that tighten it. Those look really good. These perloid tuning keys look nice and seamless, right? Looks great. It's like they've always been there. Okay, well, the proof is in the stringing, not the pudding. With a locking tuner, right? So I'm gonna just turn these so they're perpendicular. I'm gonna loosen the tightening screw on the back. Now, because I'm just gonna reuse these strings, this isn't typical, of course, having this curly Q. I hope I can get them in there. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna pull that through. Get the string relatively tight. So I'm going to change the angle. There we go. I'm going to point that hole more at the nut slot. I can get more of a pull on it. And again, I'm reusing these, so just really for a demonstration here. So I'm going to tighten that down. That seems good and tight. Let's bend that up for a second. Give it a turn. They work. All right, let me do the other 5. Super smooth tuning action. Very precise. Feel good. The perloid, I really like that actually. It's not cold to the touch. There we go. Nice. So anytime I put in new tuners, once I tune up, and certainly the next few times you play, just make sure you go in there and snug everything up again, you know? There we go. Different tension, different thing. Let's see if it changes the tuning. Sometimes the tuning will change. And that's one of the hidden problems. You have a little loose nut there, and you wonder why a string just won't keep tuned. Everything's good. Anyways, just tighten those up. It's always a good idea. Looking good. Okay, so what do I think of these Guyker dopamine tuners? Well, these locking tuners certainly were easy to install. Again, check your specs, make sure they're for your guitar before ordering. They come in all kinds of colors, styles, really nice. And they seem to be very good quality. I mean, they work really well right out of the box. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on these over the next few months, but I don't expect any problems. So check Guyker products out on their website, Guyker.com, Guyker.com. They've got Telecaster products, components, hardware, Stratocaster, Gibson, bridges, trims, tail pieces, all kinds of things, knobs. Yeah, very nice. So Guyker Dopamine. You gotta like the name too. Alright, thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to check Guyker out. The link will be in the description below.